I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Action Comics number 987. Who is the mysterious Mr. Oz, and why has he been complicating Superman's life? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we check on in with Metallo after his run-in with the Superman Revenge Society. He's in an Argus prison right now, and we know it's an Argus prison because of that really weird-looking Argus logo that looks like they totally added that in post. I can't be the only one who feels that way, right? Mr. Oz comes to him in the night, and for a second there, it looks like he's going to bust the evil cyborg out. Only he doesn't. He berates Metallo for all the bad stuff he's done to Superman, and then steals his kryptonite heart, which, you know, I'm no medical doctor or anything, but I'm pretty sure Corbin needs that for living. Now, over in Metropolis, it's just another average day. The Man of Steel manages to save a truck carrying important medicine earmarked for the Third World from sinking. This turns out being a much weirder case than anyone at first could have thought. For one, no one knows why someone would want to steal a truck full of important medicine, and then to really make things strange, all the people of Metropolis, who are normally pretty good and even-tempered, call for Maggie Sawyer to execute the man in the street. And just to really hit home the sinister nature of all of this, we start to see small Oz symbols appearing on people's bodies all over the world. These people with the symbols on their hand push and prod others and pretty much create a tinderbox situation all over the world. Superman, though, is none the wiser to this right now. As it stands, the only thing he's interested in is seeing his son John get a nice tour of the office where him and Lois work. It's actually a really adorable scene where we get to see little John meet Steve Lombardi for the first time. Lombardi tries to impress him, but none of it works. I also like John has little nerd glasses like his dad. Now, having moved all of his chess pieces into position, Mr. Oz is finally ready to spring his trap to reveal to Superman the true, horrible, and dark nature of mankind. Several high-profile disasters all happen very close together and have Superman running ragged. We get a giant oil tanker crash on a beach full of cute animals, a racist good old boy with a bunch of guns about to kill a bunch of migrant workers because they took his job, don't you know? And lastly, and perhaps most dishearteningly, the aid camp where Superman dropped off all that medicine from the beginning of the issue, well, it came under attack by rebels and everyone there was seemingly killed. Needless to say, Superman is pretty horrified by this turn of events, and even being the demigod superhero that he is, he can only be in one place at once, and he feels like he's not doing a good enough job responding to all of these crises. And it's right about at that moment right there when Superman is at his absolute weakest, both physically and mentally, Mr. Oz appears to him for a little powwow session. He begins to go on a whole tirade about how humanity is weak and corrupt and how they don't deserve a hero like Superman. It's in this speech he ends up betraying the fact that he himself is not human. He's also a lot more powerful than we may have first thought because he manages to teleport he and Superman back to the Fortress of Solitude. And it's right around here we eventually discover who's been under the green hood this whole time. This will be a huge spoiler, so if you care, skip ahead to the end of the video, but a lot of people have already put it together. You see, perhaps Mr. Oz's hatred of Earth stems from the fact that, well, he's the one who built the ship that sent Superman to Earth. Yep, that's right. Mr. Oz is revealed to be none other than Jor-El, seemingly back from the dead and down one eyeball. So that was Action Comics, everybody, and overall it kicks this newest storyline off into hyperdrive in a big way. Now, a lot of people, my co-host included Matt, were able to put two and two together and figure out who Mr. Oz seemingly was before the story did, but I don't think any of that should really matter. The more interesting questions now are how and why this is happening. I'm also enjoying certain parallels that Jurgens is drawing between Krypton before its destruction and Earth as it stands today. Also, with Oz being who he is and the great focus that the Superman books have been paying to the relationship between John the Superboy and Superman himself, this just opens up another whole interesting new avenue that I can't wait for them to explore. Overall, I dug the hell out of this issue. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10, and I can't wait to see where this storyline is gonna take us. So that's Action Comics, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, want to check out some of these other videos. Then you can follow me on social media at Cape Joel. And if you're in the market for cheap comic book trades, please think about using my book depository link down in the description. Not only will you save a bundle on shipping and handling, but you'll also be helping support me and the channel at the same time, so everybody wins. And until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again later.